So we've just talked about health and welfare. Now let's move on to the cost of drug testing. So there have been a couple of options to offset the state costs, because obviously it's going to get expensive to drug test every participant or applicant that comes in. So according to www.governing.com, the average drug test will cost about $30. So definitely that would add up. So option one, Florida has actually passed a law requiring all applicants to be tested. If they come up negative with no drugs in their system, then they will be reimbursed, and they'll either do that by, or they'll probably do that by putting it on your first benefit check. And that was at, I saw that at www.ncsl.org. Option number two, Tennessee, they're only going by a suspicion thing. So if maybe the applicant has prior substance abuse record, or I don't know exactly how they would do it, but so if they are just suspicious, thank you, that the applicant may be using, then they can just drug test them. So that brings me to my next visual, which is this cartoon. I know it's hard to see, it's kind of fuzzy. This woman is telling this man, before you can work here, I need your urine so I can drug test you. And the guy says, that's no problem at all. And then she says, the same woman, well, and I need your urine so that I can drug test you for benefits. And he says, what? No, that violates my constitutional rights. Now, to me, in my opinion, this is just, it's the same thing. I mean, it's a job versus health and welfare benefits, so you should have to drug test for both of them. So we've just talked about the costs and options of drug testing. Now let's talk about what states are doing it. How many states have actually done it already? There are at least 8 states that have this in their systems. That is Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Utah. And that was according to www.ncsl.org. So as of April 13th, there are 29 states that have proposals to legislature to do this. So it's catching on, and we just need to keep it going because it's a really great idea, I think. So as part of the results, in Florida, in 4 months of testing, 108 out of 3,938 applicants have failed the drug test. But hundreds more didn't take the test and were disqualified from the benefits. And the approvals, because of that, approvals dropped from 8,495 in September 2010 to 4,586. However, they don't know if that, because those that didn't apply, they don't know if that's because maybe they just couldn't afford to take the test because they have to pay for their test there, or maybe because they knew they were on drugs so they weren't even going to apply. And that was according to www.tennessean.com. And this brings me to my last visual, which is just a drug test. You can see it's just a visual of a urinalysis, and that's just how they test the test for drugs. So today we've talked about what health and welfare was, how much it would cost, and some different options to alleviate the burden of this on the states. And the states that have already implemented this in their programs. So to finish my story about earlier, so my sister came to me, and obviously I told her no. And I asked her why she did it, why she was asking me that, and she told me that because that was how she was going to get her next fix, that for pills that she was high on, and that was the only way she could get it was by selling her food stamps. So it's just really sad because there are people, even if it is my sister, that are totally abusing the system, and I don't think it's fair that us that work and pay taxes are paying for people like her to waste our tax money. So I'd just really like you to go home and give this some thought, and if you agree with me, great, let's argue with some more people and get this going. I'd like to end with a quote tonight. Benefit payments that have been wasted on drug abusers will be available for the truly needy, and addicts will be incentivized to get treatment. And that was by the Oklahoma State Rep Guy Liebman, and I found that at www.governing.com. Thanks, guys.